poet, and you know where we are. Look at this. Now, Rafiki, as many of you guys have pointed out, he has those little hearts that show up every now and again. And it's not because I'm holding any bananas. I don't have any bananas on me, in fact. What I think it is, and what you guys think it is the fact that I have some banana logs, the banana tree logs, placed down. Or maybe, just maybe, this little banana tree sapling. Or maybe, here's another option, maybe he just likes me. So anyway, I've got my 64 hyena bones. So I am going to get the staff. Thank you very much, my friend, my man. Here you go. If you want one again, bring me another stack of hyena bones. So I only have 4 now. But we've got Rafiki's staff, which is what I've been wanting to get for quite some time. I haven't really made an effort of killing all the hyenas that I needed to, but I did it in the last episode that you guys watched, and now we have his staff. So, today is the Saturday episode, and as you know, we answer a lot of the questions and stuff that you guys ask throughout the week, and we've got a lot of them. So I think what I'm going to do is start growing some of these passion fruit sapling tree things, and I'm going to start very early in the episode. Q&A time! It's Q&A time. And we've got like 6 questions to answer. So let's get right into it. The first one is one that you guys ask quite a bit. Different people have asked it. So I don't really know. I'm not going to name names of who has asked it. But you know who you are. There are a lot of you out there who have asked. So the question is, do you or have you or will you or won't you watch anime? And I know for a fact that I did answer that in one of my older Better Than Wolves episodes, you know, but those are so old now that it's almost to the point where I almost have to answer the questions a second time, because you guys, I don't expect you guys to watch all of the old episodes and stuff. If you're into The Lion King, I don't expect you to go and watch a completely different series just to hear the Q&A. Pumbaa! But anyway, I guess I can chop these down now. Get some more saplings. I did answer it, and maybe my answer has changed since then. I used to watch anime quite a bit. Because, well, let me actually give you some background on it. Back when I used to watch it was actually very late 90s, well, mid 90s to late 90s. Like, the original Dragon Ball and Sailor Moon and stuff were always on TV. We as Canadians, like I'm in Canada, we actually got anime on one of our main television networks for children long before the Americans got it. So we got to see a lot of the different series, like Astro Boy and Speed Racer and Sailor Moon and Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z and that kind of stuff before the Americans did. So we were kind of fortunate in that sense that we got to grow up with it. But as far as like actual anime goes, like the non-dubbed, purely subtitled thing, I actually, in the very late 90s to early 2000s, joined an anime club. And, I mean, how geeky can you get, right? But it was actually a friend of mine in high school kind of invited me to this anime club and was like, hey, we meet up and we just watch anime, and maybe you'd like to join us. So I did. I joined them. I watched a few episodes, and it was kind of neat how that worked, because they actually had this guy who traveled to Japan quite frequently, and he was Japanese himself. And what he would do is he would bring back bootlegs. This is funny, because it was actually held at a university. But he brought back bootlegged copies of anime that they showed in Japan. And he would take it upon himself in his free time. Not missing any, am I? He would take it upon himself to subtitle it himself. So we got to see shows like Trigun and Kenshin and Lost Universe and Tenchi Muyo and things like that way before, like years and years before it was ever available, not only mainstream, but even subtitled. He would do it himself. He would subtitle it himself. So we were super fortunate to get that kind of thing. So yeah, I used to watch it quite a bit. I don't watch it very much anymore, to answer the question fully. I don't know. I'm not really into that kind of thing anymore. I mean, I'll still go to an anime convention if someone twists my arm a bit. And I am planning on going to, this is just a possibility. I don't know if it's a fact or not yet. I might be going to Anime Central, ASEN, in Illinois next month. But that's just a maybe. Anime Central is like the biggest anime convention in the Central America. No, not Central America. Central United States. What is it called? Midwest? I don't know where it is. I don't even know. It's in Chicago, okay? If you needed to know. So basically, I'm going to go there, possibly. It's not a for sure thing. So I'm still kind of into that community stuff, but I don't really watch it, to be honest. So I would just kind of go because a friend of mine is going, so there's that. The next question is from someone named, and I'm going to actually try to read this, KDawn74? Is that right? I might be reading my writing wrong like I always do. It's funny that you develop a writing that you can't read yourself. But I kind of write it fast because I want to record, I'm so impatient. And then I can't read what I wrote. So the question is, what do you think is your worst video that you've ever made? Now that's a really cool question. I have struggled to think about it. What is my worst video? I would say probably one of my first videos that I made, just because it was really early on. I did not have the know-how. I did not have the money available to... oh, cool! I can pick up the passion leaves so easily. Do they glow? Of course they do. We've been over this. So cool. That's what I should be doing. Take down the leaves first, and then the sapling. Yeah. Totally. Totes. My worst video, you know what? I've always been embarrassed about my very, very first dinosaur video, and I know a lot of people would protest that if they knew that I felt that way, but I thought the quality just wasn't there as to, you know, how it could have been. And, you know, videos like that, where I just, for technical reasons, could not get it out. One of my most recent, if I had to name a video, one of the latest Pokemon episodes when I was on holiday, that only ended up being like 7 minutes. I felt so bad, and I know that people like Toby Games, Tobuscus, they make videos that are only like 10 minutes long, and they have no problem with that. But for me, all of my videos are generally above 20 minutes. And to make one that was only like 6.5 to 7 minutes long, I felt so bad. But it kind of had to be done, unfortunately. So I kind of regret things like that. But to be honest, I don't hate any of my videos. I don't think I have a worst video, in my opinion. I'm sure people have their own opinions of what's worst and what's best, but for me, I liked making them all, so it's very tough to say what's the worst. For me, I don't really have a worst video, personally. The next question is from, and I hope I'm pronouncing the last name right, Danielle Van Voorst, I think? And the question is, what is your favorite place to go in Canada? And this was kind of, I guess, in relation to, I was talking about Canadian stereotypes and stuff, and that kind of thing in the last episode, the last Q&A. You know, how we don't really all say a, and we don't say a boot, and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, my favorite place to go in Canada, I said one of my favorite places was Lake Louise, one of the most beautiful places I've been to. But if I had to choose, like, a favorite place to go, I would probably say either Kelowna, BC. Kelowna is if you like fine wines and nice weather, you go to Kelowna. It's this tiny little. There's a Lake Okanagan there, and it's just beautiful, 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 and very nice weather, nice people, nice company is had when you go there. So, and pretty good food. It's okay. The food's okay. It's okay from a foodie standpoint. Maybe not the best, but hey, I can't complain. I still love it there. And my second favorite, well, maybe my first favorite, going in reverse, would be Montreal, because of their food and their culture and all that kind of stuff is just awesome. Yeah, that answers that question. 2 places in Canada that I love going. My favorite places, I would say, are Kelowna, BC, and that is British Columbia, and Montreal, Quebec. Those are my 2 favorite places in Canada. And of course, home in Winnipeg. I mean, I can't complain about the food here. It's like I keep telling you guys, the food here is pretty good too. So, that's that. Oh no, Rafiki's staff already dead. I guess we'll have to find another one. Can I still do the Scar quest? Where's my book? I'll have to go find it. But look at all the glowy passion leaves that we've got. Oh, I like it. I like it a lot. I'm going to place a bunch of them down now, because they're the things that glow. Forget the little saplings. These things. These leaves. Oh, yes. Where are all the bad things? I think I have it on peaceful. Yeah, I must, because I'm not growing hungry either. I'll switch it. I had it actually on peaceful because of... I was doing another series, the adventure map, the City of Love. I don't know if you guys have watched that series yet. I think it's going to be a really, really fun one. City of Love. And I had it set to peaceful for that, and I just forgot to turn it back on. This is the first recording I've made since then, so I'm going to place these around and then turn that on. Hold on a second. Okay, I'm just kind of going around. Place these every which way, kind of in the corners if I can hit them. There we go. There we go. That's better. Nice and glowy around. Okay, let's set this to the actual difficulty. Done. Alright. Now, the next question is from Kettle My Pedals. And the question is, and I'm going to kind of paraphrase it like I usually do. If one of you guys, a fan, a sub, walks up to me in the street, would I mind if you talk to me or that kind of thing? And I gotta say, like, I would be so flattered. You have no idea. I couldn't even imagine anybody recognizing me. I mean, I only had 1 facecam video. I plan to do more, but I've only had 1 facecam video as of this recording. So for me to be recognized, would be like hats off to you if you could do that. I'd be actually kind of surprised. But no, I would not mind. I would love it. I'd love to chat with you guys and see you guys. And I know that, like, I was in Minneapolis, and I was actually at the Mall of America, and I had tweeted at that point. Let's see. I hear Scar has returned. Blah 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 blah. So Scar is now apparently in the world. I wonder if I could go down my mineshaft and find him. I think we should. Look. I got to take another sword with me though. Yeah, I'd love it if you guys somehow found me. I think that would just be incredible. Let's see. How do I make... Do I still have the crafting book thing? Where is it? Where is it? Where's my book? Let's see. Eh? There it is. Okay, and I'm going to grab one of these and use the book. I just want to see what the recipe was. Oh yeah, okay, just 2 sticks. That's all I wanted to know. Maybe I'll make a sword too. I've got enough. I've surely got enough. Okay. Like that. Actually, I need a bit more. Okay. So yeah, I was in Mall of America, actually, and I mentioned that I was at the Mall of America, and a friend of mine that I was actually traveling with, they said, like, hey, aren't you afraid that, like, one of your subscribers will now, like, try to stalk you, try to come and find you? And it was just like, you know what? That would be, like, the most awesome day, is for someone to come up to me and say, hey, Poet! It would blow my mind. And I know that I'm going to a lot more conventions this year. Like, I'm going to go, I got my tickets for PAX Prime in Seattle. So I'm going to be there for the 4 days. And I'm possibly going to go to that ASEN in May. That's in Chicago. So, I mean, there's lots of opportunities to see me around. It's just a matter of, like, will you be there and will you recognize me when you see me? That'll be just, like, the craziest thing. Okay, what can I eat? Yams. But they're not cooked yams, and I need to save my yams. Okay, I'll go and get some food. So, next question is... it was actually... Someone asked it in the Q&A, but... And I'm sorry to kind of take it away from you. It was also asked first, and quite a few other times in other videos that I was doing. So I'm going to answer it just kind of as a generic, everybody's been asking me this type of thing. And the question is, what languages do I speak? Now, fluently speak, I can speak English. That's one. I can speak quite a bit of French, and that's just because of, you know, being in Canada and being exposed to it every single day. Like, literally, you are exposed to French if you live where I live every single day. It's on all of our packaging, all of our street signs. When you answer the phone, basically, if you're calling a company, they answer first in French, second in English. You know, that's how popular it is. That's how common it is. So you're just engulfed in it. So I know quite a bit of French. Japanese, I know I learned a few years ago, and I still learn every day. I try to learn as much as I can. It kind of started with that whole anime club type of thing, is when we started to learn how to speak Japanese, read and write it. So I can actually read it and write it quite fluently, but not huge. I watch quite a few shows in pure Japanese to give you an idea of my my ability with that one. Next, I used to speak back when I was in high school, so this is quite some time ago. I used to speak quite a bit of German, actually. I had some friends of mine who were German, and they were kind of teaching me, so I spoke quite a few German words. And recently, the most recent, I would say, is this a shovel? Peacock shovel? Do I really need a peacock shovel? No. No, I don't need a peacock shovel. What was I trying to make? I wasn't trying to make a shovel. What was I trying to make? This is what I was trying to make. I need the Gemsbach horns, not the sticks. Oh. Silly me. I only have the... How many do I have? None? None? Well, I know what kind of animal I'm killing today. Anyway. The language that I'm trying to speak and trying to learn more of now, especially because I love their music and their variety shows. Like, I'll watch quite a few of their shows on YouTube and wherever I can, and I find it hilarious, some of it. So I'm actually trying to learn Korean quite a bit, and trying to write it and read it as much as I can and understand it as much as I can and pick up on the slangs and stuff. So that's what I'm learning right now. It's no small feat, I'm telling you. Anyway, next question, and this is the last question that I have on my list, is from Madeline Harrison. And this is a longer question. The question is, if my brother, and this is a well-known fact, my brother actually introduced me to Minecraft first. And I'll actually be talking about that in episode 49 of the Red Cubed series that I just recorded earlier today. If my brother had not introduced me to Minecraft, would I have ever played it? Was the question. And that one really got me thinking. And to be perfectly honest, because I'll be perfectly honest with all of you, would I have played it? Probably not. I gotta tell you, I was really on. When it came to Minecraft, I thought it was one of those games that people get too obsessed about. Why would people like it? The graphics are terrible. The story, there's no storyline. It's just an indie game. What is that? I don't want to play that. I don't see Scar anymore. Maybe I still need the staff. What's this say? Rafiki's quest. Find and defeat Scar is the current quest, so he should be out here somewhere. I hear you growling and snorting. Do you guys see his name anywhere? I don't. So, yeah, my answer to that question, though, was basically no. I probably wouldn't, or at least it would take quite a bit more convincing. I didn't like watching people who played Minecraft. I didn't like playing it myself. I didn't actually own it. I didn't have it. I didn't want anything to do with it. So would I have played it? It would have taken probably a good miracle to get me to play it. And I guess my brother, in that sense, was that miracle, in that he showed me the game, and I got really into it. But he actually stopped playing almost right away. Is that Rafiki up there? Yep. Still no Scar. Don't see his little name tag anywhere. He stopped playing it almost right after he showed it to me, and I kept going. So, yeah, I was very fortunate to keep doing that. But anyway, that's the Q&A. Ask your questions in the comments, and they will be answered, hopefully, with luck. I will pick your question on the Saturday episode of the Lion King mod. Make sure that they're good questions. Asking me what my favorite Pokemon is, what my favorite dinosaur is, or what I would change in Minecraft. I mean, those have all been answered and beaten like a dead horse. So I'm not going to really get into them again, but ask a good question, and with luck, I'll answer it on the Saturday episode. Make sure to put QA or Poet QA or Q&A, or just say QA in front, just so that I know that you want it to be answered in the episodes, and I'll do that. I'll do my best. Okay, so I'm kind of looking for some Gemsbach. There's one. Where are all you guys? I'm gonna starve here. Gonna eat some Passion Saplings. That's roughage. Raw potato. Raw potato. I used to eat raw potatoes when I was a little kid. Okay, I'm gonna kill him with this, see what happens. There we go. Any more? There's one in a tree. Give me your things. There we go. You. Man, they're not dropping the horns. I need one more. And then we'll end this episode. I just want one more. Come on, where are we? Where are we? We're lost. All of a sudden. We're in the middle of a rainforest. Hey, I hear one. There they are. There you be. I've got one little raw potato in my bar. Yes, I got one. Got one. Eat the raw potato. Oh, that did nothing. Will I make it back alive? Will I starve to death in the rainforest? Only time will tell. I guess you'll all see if I'm still alive or not in the next episode. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.